Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to your mat Pilates class. This class uses no equipment, so you can just come and get started. Bring yourself up to your 4-point kneeling. So place your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just take a nice deep breath in there, exhaling, feeling as you lengthen your spine, sending the crown of your head away from you. And then on your next exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath, drawing your belly up, rounding through your spine as you press down into your palms. And then inhaling, coming through to neutral spine. We're just going to start here with your flexion and neutral spine. And then as we've done a few, if it feels good for you and you would like to go to spinal extension, then feel free. I will demonstrate that in the next one. So exhale here, and then inhale, coming through extension, feeling that you're pulling your palms towards your knees, and then exhaling, coming through again. Just use this opportunity to really feel your spine start to warm up and mobilize. And if something doesn't feel good, then just back off a little. We're just getting started. Finish the one that you're on and then bring yourself to a neutral spine. So imagine that you have a glass of water here on your back that you don't want to spill. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Press them away from each other and alternating either side. So as you press them out, really get this sense of being pulled in opposite directions. So it's like someone is pulling on your arm and pulling on your leg and trying to pull them apart from each other. Get that opposition work across your body. And feel as you do this that you exhale, draw your belly in and wrap yourself up around the middle. Starting to get some deep core work happening now, firing you up from the inside out. One more on either side. And then palms stay down, tuck your toes underneath, lifting your knees off into a hover and placing them back down. So just starting to progress through now to some stronger work for your deep abdominals. So as you lift up, exhale, pick your belly button up away from your pants, wrap yourself around your middle and bring your ribs together. Coming back down, exhale, pelvic floor lifts, core turns on. Now you can stay doing it like this, or you can take the next variation. Placing your palms underneath your shoulders, stepping yourself back into your plank. Lengthening out, core is engaged. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Stay in the hover version if it feels better for you. Whichever option you're choosing, find that work right from your center. Crown of your head is being pulled in the opposite direction to your heels. One more on either side. And then bring it down, knees drop down. Just sit yourself back, pressing your arms out. Now from that position, you can stay with your knees together or take them a little wider, whatever feels good for you. And then you're going to start with your right arm, pull it out to the side at an angle, and then open up. And you'll feel this really great stretch on both sides. Your arm in your tricep and across your pec. And then on the other side, we're starting here to mobilize through your shoulders. Bring it down. Same thing, other side. Take your arm out at an angle and then open up. Starting to release a little bit here through your thoracic. Feeling that space. And then bring yourself back up to your 4-point kneeling. From your 4-point kneeling position with your knees lined up underneath your hips, palms underneath your shoulders, extend your right arm out and then twist, rotate under, opening up. So really focusing on getting some thoracic work happening here. Imagine you're trying to present your chest away from the screen. And that someone has their hand between your shoulder blades and you're trying to rotate the palm underneath of you. Place that hand down, other side. Rotating under. Really feeling that you're picking your belly up and getting this work from your center. So pull your ribs together, connect underneath as you rotate. This is not about your arm movement, it's not about a pec stretch, it's about trying to open up through your thoracic spine. Last one here. Then bring yourself down onto your left side. Head into your hand, left knee is bent underneath, right leg lengthens out. Now take a second and get your body organized here. Core is on so you feel that space underneath. Leg is lengthened out all the way down in line. And then you're going to bring it forward, press it back. Really focusing here on keeping your pelvis neutral. So we haven't spent any time on our back yet, but I want you to imagine that your pelvis is in the exact same position as it would be if you had a floor underneath of you or a mat underneath of you. Exhale, draw your belly in as you pull your leg forward. Pressing it back, feel the work happening where your hamstring and glute meet. And if you don't feel it there, put your finger there. Remind your brain, hey, fire up back here for me. And that, of course, comes partly from your pelvic floor. So really think about lifting pelvic floor as you do this. Last one, hold it back, external rotation, and then toes come together, pressing it out straight. Toes come together, pressing it out straight. Now I'm staying externally rotated the whole time. So when you press out straight, it will be at a bit of an angle, like your knee is angling up to the ceiling. And this, of course, is rotation of your femur in your hip socket. So really try to fight for that and get that to stay externally rotated. It's really good for your hip mobility. Now this time, leave your thigh in place, extend your leg, bend. So you're staying in the same spot where your femur is rotating your hip socket, still in that external rotation. Pelvis is neutral. Straighten your leg out, bend. Really good work for your knee here. Stay strong, guys. You're doing an awesome job. Check for that deep core work. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now bring your heels together. Scoot your knees back or your feet out a little bit so your knees are going to come back. Heels stay locked in place. Open and close. So getting some clam work happening here, but I want you to really feel that you're pressing your heels together and squeezing them, not just flapping your leg up and down. So imagine you're wading through water to open, wading through water to close. And by now your butt should be really firing up. And if it's too much on your wrist, by the way, just bring yourself down flat. Totally fine. 3 more here. Stay in it. Stay with me. You're almost there. 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Very good. Okay, roll yourself over onto your back. And just take that right leg and cross it over, and you can give your glute a nice little stretch there. And then place your feet on the floor. Both knees are bent. Take the heels of your hands and place them on your ASIS bones. The bony landmarks on either side here, and then your fingers come towards your pubic bone. We're going to do a little bit of pelvic mobility. So posterior tilt your pelvis, imprint it down to the mat. Anterior tilt, bring it up. Connect this to your breath. Exhale, draw your belly in. Back goes down. Inhale, create the natural curvature of your spine underneath. As you inhale and pubic bone goes towards the floor. Continue on. Exhale, belly button pulls in, ribs come together. Inhale. 1 more set. Be mindful of your shoulders and neck and what they're trying to do. And now after that set, remain in your neutral pelvis. So that's where your triangle is parallel to the ceiling. From there, you can take a slight separation in your legs. Leave your heels pressing into the floor. Hands come behind to support your neck. Exhale, upper abdominal lift. So starting now to proceed through some upper abdominal work. And just take these first few to really find that deep connection. So belly button pulls in, ribs come together, pelvic floor lifts. By now you should be really feeling that fire inside that we've been kind of gently stoking since the beginning of class. Really get involved in your body. Feel that you're narrowing at your waist, pulling your ribs in, belly button comes in as your ribs come together. And of course, pelvic floor lifts, giving this complete sense of everything coming together in your middle, like you're being wrapped up. Now stay where you are, or if you would like to take the next level, then we're going to come over to your obliques, so you cross over, coming down, crossing over. So still checking in for that neutral pelvis, but now we're adding some rotation and getting your oblique abdominals involved. Those are here on the side, and you'll feel them working on both sides. Again, stay where you are or come with me to the next level as you extend your arm out, coming back, switching over. Now the purpose of the extension of the arm is to follow along the natural anatomy slings of your body, and it encourages you to really peel your ribs off from behind and present your armpit across, which is how you will get a better activation from your obliques. Stay with it. Deep core work. Regress down to any level that you need to at any time. One more on either side. Good, now leave yourself down flat on the floor, hands come over to the sides. Inhale, send your leg out like you're gliding it along the floor. Exhale, pull it back in like you're trying to glide your heel along the mat. Stay on just your left side, press it out, pull it back in. Now if your mat is not too sticky and you want to actually stick your heel down and pull it in, or you're wearing socks, that's fine. Mine is a little bit too sticky, so I'm just gliding it along, hovering it above the mat. And as you pull it in, really get that sense of using your hand, that your heel is pulling towards your sits bone and that you're getting your hamstring activated. Use your pelvic floor. Exhale, pull in. Good. Switching over, left comes down. Extend your right out. Exhale, pulling your heel in. Inhale, press. Exhale, drive it in towards your sits bone. Continue on, really getting connected with your breath here. Inhale, everything goes out. Exhale, pull it in. Of course, that's the same as what your core is doing, wrapping up around your middle. One more here, and then leave that right leg extended out and plant it on the floor. Lift your left leg up, straightening it out, external rotation, coming through your circles. Now, you do not have to have your circle coming to be a certain size. So really focus on trying to keep your legs straight and externally rotate it. Pelvis stays in the same spot. Core work here as you circle around. Switch direction. You have the option as well to have your right leg bent with your foot on the floor. Connecting here from your center. 3, 2, last one. Good, hug that knee in just for a second. And then release it down to the floor as you bring your left leg in. External rotation, straightening it out, circling around. So we want to try to get the connection, again, from into your hamstring, from your pelvic floor, helping you keep your leg lengthened. Right up here from your center, belly button pulls in, ribs together. And if it's too much for you, and you're just feeling it really loud in your hip flexor, then first bend your left leg, and then just make your circle a little smaller. Totally fine. Switch directions. Exhale, really feeling that you're controlling your pelvis. We set up your neutral pelvis at the very beginning. Last one here. Then bring both of your legs in, just gently hugging them into your chest for a second. Take your hands behind your hamstrings, extend your legs out, and really imagine that your legs are heavy there in your hands. And then on your exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine, and bring yourself up. Now this is a rounded spine like we had with your cat at the beginning. Keep it rounded. Exhale, legs extend. Inhale, bend. So as you extend, draw your belly in, pelvic floor lifts, really feel that hamstring work. Trying to press them out long and tall, flexing through your quads, and really get that deep work right from here in your center. Continue with your breath. Draw your belly in, lift your pelvic floor, keep that rounded spine underneath of you. Last 3, 2, last one. Now hold it up, scissors. Alternating. Feel that work coming again from your hamstrings. Core is engaged. Exhale, really deepening, pulling your ribs in. Constantly doing this scan of your body. It's a lot of work. Stay in it, concentrating, lots of work for your mind. 3, 2, last one. Yes, now just hug your knees in, bring yourself down. Gently rocking from side to side. And then extend your arms out, legs out. Really giving yourself a big, nice, long stretch, coming as tall as you can. And then we're going to flow through your roll up. So bring your arms up, tuck your chin to your chest, draw your belly in, rounding through your spine as you come up. Reaching forward. And then exhale, round through your spine, draw your belly in, sticking yourself back down. Now you can do this at whatever level feels good for you. So if you need to give yourself assistance as you come up and hold on behind your hamstrings, totally fine. If you need to give yourself assistance as you come down so you don't just clunk down, totally fine. Put your arms down, guide yourself down. Really good work, guys. Stay in it, connect with your breath. Draw your belly in, exhale as you come up. Now this time we're going to stay up, so bring yourself up one last time. And then leave yourself up there. Now we're going to do your spine stretch. So take your legs so that they're slightly separated, not quite as wide as your mat. Sit yourself up tall. So really find that length through your spine, like you're stacking your vertebrae on top of each other. Then from there, arms extend out. Exhale, draw your belly in, rounding through your spine as you press forward. And then come back up. Exhale, pressing forward, restacking tall. Now I want this to really be about your core and spinal flexion, not about hinging at your hips. So I don't have a heap of roundedness here in my back, but my intention and drive forward is from my core into my spine, not by hip flexion. Really get that deep breath work involved like we set up at the beginning. Last one. Good, now we're going to stay here and do some seated work. So leave your legs lengthened out, arms stay out in front. We're going to do your half roll down. So as you exhale, bring yourself down, tailbone tucks underneath, as if you're going to roll to the floor, and then you bring yourself back up. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Posterior tilt your pelvis, rounded spine, and return. Continue on at your own pace, really trying to draw your belly in and imagine that you're rounding here through your spine and that you're getting that connection of your ribs coming together. Get that sensation of wrapping yourself up around your middle. Now stay at the top of this one, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. We're going to add some rotation, so start from tall, arms extend out, come down, rotate to the left, back to the center, exhale, rotate to the right, back to the center. So see if you can start to feel some of that oblique work like we set up in the very beginning, or I shouldn't say in the very beginning, just a little bit ago really, where you were bringing your armpit across. Same muscles that we want to feel here. Allow yourself to rotate, get your obliques involved on the side. Exhale to come down. One more on either side. And then just bring yourself forward, just have a little bit of a release there. And then we'll take your right leg, extending it out. Left foot is going to come to your right inner thigh. Now sit yourself up tall and face forward with your hips facing out. And make sure that your inner thigh is touching your foot. So we don't want it to be way back here. So bring it in so that it's in line. It's basically an L shape. Extend your arms out. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate towards your straight leg. Inhale, exhale, flexing, folding down. And then rotating towards your bent knee. And we're doing 3 pulses. Unravel, return to the top, back to the center. Let's do it again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate, fold, twist, and then 3 pulses. Unravel, bring yourself back up. We're going to do it one more time. Finding your QL here. See if you can really dig deep for that stretch. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Rotate towards your bent knee. Yes, excellent job. Unravel yourself, switching it over. Left leg is going to be extended out now, facing yourself forward. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate, flex, twist. Unravel, returning back up to the top, come through the center. Inhale, exhale. Unraveling. Dig deep into your abdominals here. One more. Folding forward. Exhale. Unravel. Bring yourself back up. Yes, very good. Just pause there. Roll out your shoulders. That's actually a little bit of shoulder work. And then bring yourself down onto your right side. So come down with your head into your hand or all the way down the floor, whatever feels good. Right knee is slightly bent, left leg extends out long. Take a second to organize your body, finding that core work where you're wrapping yourself up, mouse hole underneath here, ribs together, and then sweep your leg forward, neutral pelvis, press it back. So I find it helpful to exhale as I bring my leg forward because it helps me maintain that pelvis in position and resist the urge to posterior tilt or hinge here and drop my butt back. But you can play around with your breath, so see where it feels better for you. Again, put your finger back there where your hamstring and glute meet. Remind them that they need to come to the party and do some work. Our brain and body will always take the path of least resistance. So if those aren't the muscles that are default to work or that are easiest to turn on, your brain will be like, no, I'll use somebody else. But we want to activate those and teach them to come to work. Stay in it. Last one here. Then external rotation, toes together, leg lengthens. Toes together, leg lengthens. Stay in your external rotation. And do a little check-in. Is it easier on one side compared to the other? For me, for example, it is more challenging for me to stay in external rotation and maintain my neutral pelvis on this side. Our body is not necessarily completely symmetrical. And so it's cool to see where the imbalances are, and then we get something to work on. Okay, last one here. Leave your toes together. Core is engaged. External rotation, straighten, and bend. So now your femur is rotated in your hip socket. It stays in the same spot. And imagine that you're wrapping your butt back behind you like you're trying to squeeze it all the way around. Get that sensation of wrapping behind, hamstring meets glute. Almost there. Connect with your breath. Check in on your ribs. Check in on your core. Last one. Now bring your heels together. Scoot your feet down a little. Open. And close. A little bit of clam work here for us. Just keeping us on our toes with our glute work, or on our heels, I should say. Keep pressing your heels in together. Feel like you're squeezing them in. And it's like there's something here that's resisting, not allowing you to open, and you have to really pry it open and then push it closed. Connect to your breath. Last 3, 2, last 1. Yes, well done. Okay, roll over onto your back. Take your left knee, cross, or left leg, I should say, cross it over. Just give that glute a little bit of a stretch. And then bring your feet back down. We're going to spend a little bit of time on spinal articulation. When we articulate through your spine, I want you to feel like you're pressing it down and then peeling it off. But I want you to get the connection right from your hamstring all the way up. So take your feet, if they're not already, a little bit, so they're hip width apart. And we don't want them to be jammed in here, so bring them out a little bit. And feel, you're not going to move your body, but I want you to press your heels into the mat. And then feel like you're pulling them towards your sits bones. And you should pretty quickly feel that your hamstrings fire up. Do it again. Release it all. Press your heels in. Pull them towards your butt. Again, exhale. Press and pull. Now do it again and check in this time that you are feeling your pelvic floor engaging as well. Pulling everything in. Ribs come together. Release one last time. This is such a great internal workout. It's like we're building strength from the inside out. Now remember how that feels. Keep doing that and articulate through your spine into your pelvic bridge. So you exhale, hamstrings work, posterior tilt, spine drops down, pulling up or peeling up. Reach the top, shoulders are released, ribs are down, stick yourself back down. Continue to do that at your own pace. Really focusing on that hamstring engagement as step 1. Step 2, posterior tilt. Exhaling, drawing your belly in. Ribs together, core is engaged. And then articulating your way back down. See if you can take this even the slightest bit slower to really allow yourself to feel each vertebrae as it sticks in and peels off. And then right from up here at the top, by your where your bra strap would be or your shoulder blades, it sticks back down. Okay, one more here. Now stay up there this time, starting with the left foot. Lift it off, knee is bent. Straightening, bending, bicycling. So check in, keep your hips or keep your pelvis neutral. Feel that sensation to your hamstring. And you can choose, if this is too much for you, to just plant your foot down and resume what we were doing before. Plant that left one down now, switch it over. Get the hamstring connection on the left, bending your leg, draw it through the air. Really imagine you have to fight it down. Resistance all the way up into the back of your leg. Strong work from your core. Pelvis is neutral. Last one. Good. Plant it down and then articulate your way back down. Such good work, guys. Really good. Hug your knees in. Gently rock your from side to side. And then from there, extend your arms out, legs out, roll yourself over onto your stomach. Now we're going to spend a little bit of time here doing some back extension work. And when we talk about doing your back extension, we want to make sure that we're extending through your whole spine. So remember that your head and neck are an extension of your spine. So we don't want to just bop your head up into the air. Okay, so start to be mindful of that as we get going. Hands by your sides. Your thumbs are pretty much going to be in line with your nose. Legs are lengthened out. Forehead down on the mat. Again, get a sensation of pulling down with your shoulders down, not that you're pressing in here. From there, inhale to prepare. Exhale, peel yourself up. Lifting your belly button up off the floor, strong core engagement, and then sticking yourself back down. Now continue doing that at your own pace, and remember, it doesn't matter how high up you come. It is not about that. It is about finding work in back muscles that you maybe aren't familiar with using. So therefore, when we do this work, it can sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable or kind of make us feel like, oh, that hurts. But I encourage you to really get curious about your body and ask if it's pain or if it's just new muscles waking up and working. Stay down on this one. Take your legs out a little bit wider. And then just press your palms in and indeed press them away. And let yourself just lift up however it feels comfortable. Kind of like a rag doll, and then fall up and down. Pressing in. And then flopping down. This time bring yourself all the way up. And press back into your child's pose, walking your hands back. Allowing yourself to really completely open. And then from there, bring yourself to your Z-sit position. Feet and legs go to the left side. Sit yourself up tall, come down onto your right forearm. Cross your arm over, pressing it across like you're trying to go from your fingertips to your top butt cheek here. Lateral flexion, such a lovely, glorious stretch. And then unraveling, other side. Pressing across. Really allowing your breath to come fully and completely here. And then unraveling. Switching it over. Feet and legs come over to the other side now. Sit yourself up tall. Find that grounding down right from the crown of your head. Then onto your left forearm, folding yourself over. Imagine someone is pulling on your arm here, really giving you that length down your side as you bend your spine laterally. So beautiful. And then unravel from there, switching over. We have moved your spine in all directions today. We've connected to your breath. We've activated through your deep core muscles. We've gone deep inside your body and got really curious. Bring yourself to a comfortable seated position now. And breathe in and breathe out, letting that all kind of soak into you. Continue breathing. Feel your ribs expand. And let yourself really just kind of marinate in this work that you've done on your body. That you showed up here to look after yourself. That you committed to finding new muscles and new movements and staying in it and getting curious. Breathe in, take your arms out to the sides, bring your hands together overhead, glide them down till they land in front of your chest. Pause there. Remind yourself how awesome you are for doing that and for showing up and committing to doing that. Let me thank you for being here, and give you a bit of gratitude and my own bit of credit for doing that from me. Thank you so much, and see you soon.